Welcome back, everybody. The Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 16 of our Rebel Spring of 64 campaign in version 1.12. So, yesterday was a very busy episode with 4 battles taking place. We had the Battle of South Branch Bridge in West Virginia, Battle of Nacogdoches in Louisiana, Battle of Yorkville in South Carolina, and a Battle of Chesapeake in Ohio Canal in West Virginia. So we had a lot going on. Did see the collapse of some federal forces. The power bar has slid slightly back in favor of the Union, and that's because they've recaptured some of the cities that I've taken from them. So that is something we need to correct sooner rather than later. So we saw during 2 battles where entire brigades were surrendering to us, and then the later battles it wasn't happening. As they're on top of them recapturing some of the cities, my prison camps are overflowing, so nobody wants to get captured and get sent off to one of those prisons right now. I do have 1 being expanded and 2 more being built, but they are several months away from completion. So that's just something we got to work with for now. So what's going on right now is we do have the 2nd Corps Army of Northern Virginia on its way up to Manassas Junction to begin building a supply depot here. So we can begin besieging all the fortifications around Washington, D.C., hopefully in preparation to take it and or draw off some Union forces from over here back in that direction, as one of these corps has an estimated strength of about 20,000 men. Oh, it's now at 18,000. It said 20,000 last time I looked. Okay. But that is much, much stronger than the less than 9,000 men I have available to fight in Longstreet's corps. So he's on his way back to Winchester, with the Department of West Virginia moving up to join him. The Cavalry Corps, which did capture Grafton and Wheeling, is now up in Pittsburgh, flipping Pittsburgh over. The Federal Cavalry Corps from the Army of Potomac is right behind them. They only got 3,400 men, flipping cities that fast. But they were going up to 10,000 men. So they will be about even on our Cavalry Corps, so I'm not too worried about that. But as soon as we flip over Pittsburgh, we'll be heading right back down to Wheeling and Grafton and take those cities back into our command and possibly head over to Marietta. Out here in the Trans-Miss, it's been busy. Still trying to chase down the army. Oh, no, Squirrel's on the move. Okay. So Hills Corps, which is part of the Department of Georgia, is actually on its way to Harrodsburg and Kentucky right now, because there's a fort here at Frankfort, a fort here north of Mumfordsville, and nothing in between Harrodsburg and Louisville. So we're going to summon the Harrodsburg and march them into Louisville. Hopefully there's no forts I don't know about in the area, but these should be the known ones that are marked on the map. Is the Army of the Border still running around up here? It is. So now that the Army of Ohio has been seen off, not exactly sure where they're going to be retreating to. I think it's as far as they're going. I do need to chase him down still, but Ransom's command is down in the red, so he's not going to be moving anytime soon. Out over here on the Tennessee, Georgia, Louisiana borderlines over here, it's been another busy time. District of Georgia is now outside of Nashville besieging Fort Granger. That was starting to slide into the Union's favor, so I've actually ordered a general assault on the fort. Hopefully we can carry it without too many casualties. We have besieged the Cavalry Corps over here at the Fort Trestle. So this is going to be the first battle for this episode right here, as we besieged 8,600 infantry, 4,000 cavalry, and 18 guns. So we want to get this siege over with before it starts breaking forces on my side also. As if you know anything about the sieges here, you see morale breaks very quickly in the armies. If you go over to a full battle, you're working on very low morale. District of Arkansas is now just outside of Memphis and getting ready to besiege Fort Pickering, hopefully retaking Memphis. Once we hold Memphis, we will have regained control of the Mississippi River. All right, down here in Natchez, we're still trying to chase around 13th Corps Detachment. I do have the Cavalry Corps, which is right in this, has now gotten better. Moving up over here, we're going to move them against 13th Corps Detachment, hopefully push them north of us. 7th Corps was in the area, did fight a battle against them over here in Nacogdoches, but they have disappeared from our map, so I have no idea where they went. The force didn't disintegrate, but it ran away fast enough that we were no longer actually tracking it. So we do have to find that. So District Inventory is now at Shreveport and flipping that back into our control, and District of Western Louisiana is on its way. And down here in Mobile, there's a lot going on. This will probably be the second battle for this episode here, as 4th Cavalry Corps is here along with the District of the Gulf. We need to push away the 16th Corps detachment in order for us to just keep pushing along, really. What we really need to do is just keep pushing ourselves along. So I need this corps out of the area so I can free up 4th Corps and this corps to move on to other things I have planned for them. Our Ironclad fleet has now cleared the Mississippi Delta and is on its way to take on the 2nd West Gulf Blockading Squadron. Hopefully we can clear them out without too much trouble, but I'm kind of doubtful of that. It's probably a few battles to get rid of them. And down here in Florida, we're just a few days away from finally completing the supply depot. That'll be done in another 5 days, so hopefully on July 1st, we'll be starting the siege of Fort Clinch, north of Jacksonville, so that we reclaim the port. Oof. All right, I think that covers everything. I think there's a lot going on. But I got 2 planned battles for right now. We'll see what else pops up after that. So, actually, we just go kick that off right now. So it will be the Fort Trestle Garrison and the Cavalry Corps against Hardee's Corps and Hood's Corps. Possibly one more here. And the Army of Mississippi. So I'm going to have 3 corps on the field. Not going to need all of them, thankfully, but still going to have a lot of men on the field compared to them. So let's go kick this one off, and I will see you all on the other side of the load screen. Welcome, everybody, to the Battle of Sulphur Trestle in Alabama. This actually is a meeting engagement, which does surprise me just a little bit, as we are assaulting an entrenched enemy, but okay. It is what it is. It looks a little weird over here with my setup. I have my corps lined up on both sides of the road here. Actually, I have all 3 corps on the field. So I'm going to be sending Hardee's Corps, which is the largest, down here to face off against the river crossing here and possibly push across if we can. Hood's Corps will be traveling along this road here and coming at it from this direction. And Polk's Corps, which is the smallest of the 3, is going to be acting as a reserve where I'm going to throw in wherever I see fit. So I don't have any illusions of making it to the objective points before the Federals. It's just not going to happen, as I do have to cross the roads through the swamps and uphill, whereas they just have to come straight down the road, and they're probably set up fairly close to it as is. So I do want to get them in a pincer, as we do have them outnumbered. I want to take down as many of them as possible. So I'll pause this here, and I'll be back once I'm in contact with the Federals. All right, it's now 12:46. It's taken me much longer to get my troops into position than I thought it would. We do have the Federals sided. They have moved over here towards Warren's Corner. I do have Hood's Corps slowly pushing forward along a line here. I'm just waiting for his troops to get in position. Then we'll sweep them in. So it looks like the Federals are reacting to the troops I'm sending across the river. I didn't think they were this far forward. And they are shifting to meet the immediate threat, which actually works for me. Looks like I might be able to get a lot more of my forces across the river than I initially thought. And I should be able to pincer them very nicely, to be honest. Yeah, they're shifting everybody. I mean, you're in position. Yeah, we're just going to start ordering everybody forward. Whether I'm after in position yet or not. The AI realizes what's going on, is going to try and get out of it. We need more of my artillery up right now. Skirmisher's not worried about that. Some of my brigades are very under strength. It's not good. I know I did not order that. I did not order that. Come back here. Cavalry out of the way. Gotta get these guys out of this mess. Order them individually. Come on, not what I wanted. Right. You guys can follow orders now. Looks like it'll be a few more minutes in me trying to extricate this division from whatever the hell Bates decided to do with it. So, I'll be back. Alright, it's now 1400 in the afternoon, and my attack is getting off to kind of a haphazard start because this one brigade here decided to march along this road instead of moving through the farm fields like everybody else. So I'm going to start pushing everybody in at this point as... No, they're not really Okay, the reaction is to move away. Let me start putting the... moving up the infantry at least. And we now hold both objective points. Okay. It's just been taking me forever to get my troops moved around the battlefield. It's getting kind of annoying, to be honest. Skirmishers in. And I've already lost a battery commander. Yeah, Captain Withers has been KIA. Boy, short range at orders. I can move you by the flank. That's correct. What the hell are you doing? Just go march forward across the field and engage that cavalry, damn it. Pickett's division's arriving haphazard as all goddamn hell. Is not helping me. They sent this one brigade forward on its lonesome, so we should be able to do some damage to that. Okay, I don't know what the hell the update did to the game, but my division commanders are doing their own thing, and they do not have... I mean, initiative is on, but it's not supposed to be allowing them to do that. I think that's part of the problem. They should not be doing whatever it is that they're doing right now. Yeah, I know what the update did, but it's kind of pissing me off. Right now, my casualties are really higher than they should be at this point. Start pushing it in. I think that's starting to explain a lot why my officers are doing their own thing. It's got to be the update, because this did not happen yesterday. I went and verified all the files. Break this brigade, please. There we go. Send those skirmishers packing. I gave you advance orders. Let's go. Pickett's division is actually supposed to be leading this attack because he's the strongest division, but he's just not got his act together this battle. Let's stop turning to face the skirmishers, damn it. Boys, get the hell in here, please. Today's battle brew is 69th whiskey, as usual. You have to restock and kind of everything at this point. We're shoving them in. Some of these brigades are breaking easier than I thought they would, so the morale's not that high. Problem is my morale's taking a hit along my casualty counts. We were higher than them at one point. My numbers are still not liking them. As long as we're breaking these brigades over here, them retreating off will cause higher casualties. Another brigade, very good. We need to pull you back. Same with you. And Orphan Brigade's fine for right now. They're outside of canister range. What the hell's with your facing? What the goddamn hell? Alright, they're quickly falling apart now. This guy break gets a little clumped here. There's much left of these cavalry brigades. That's actually a fairly big one. Do not march into them, please. Make sure that glitch doesn't reappear. Do not want to lose a whole division to a broken cavalry brigade again. Ah, chasing with skirmishers. That's what. Is somebody else wounded? Yep. General Lewis. Commander of the Orphan Brigade. Awesome. Hopefully we're doing as much damage to their off score as they are to ours. That brigade. There they go. Enemies retreating. Hopefully we can cause some more casualties here. My cavalry. I left you all the way back there, huh? Come on. Get up here. Not that exciting of a battle, but I should have had the full surround going before the attack went in, but it was just... My troops are taking forever to get in position. Chatham actually screwed up the entire movement because he sent his division down the wrong road and blocked the entire corps. Let's jump on this last brigade here. That's a full-strength brigade right there. Tasty. And then we can take out of it. Come on, 8th. Push into them. Keep causing casualties. Yep, there's the major victory. Still bloodier for me than I really would have wanted it. None of their troops are really surrendering. How the hell did I just lose sight of them? They didn't surrender. There they are. No way that they could lay down right there and we'd all lose sight of them. There's too many men looking that direction. Get in there. Sabers, boys. Bring me your sabers. Nobody gets their whiskey ration if they get a dry saber in the end of the day. They just surrender? I think they did. That brigade just surrendered to us. 2,200 men. Oh, beautiful. All right, let's speed this along. What we do is chase down the other cavalry brigade isn't here. I doubt we're going to get another surrender, but we could try. Because that was basically the rear guard we just took down. Oh, man, I'm closing on them. Bring me those artillerymen. Just wiped out that brigade, or battery. Doing some damage to this brigade, not as much as I would like. And that's all the time we have. Like I said, that attack did not go off the way I planned it. Had this nice encirclement planned on the map and envisioned in my head, and I swear the AI was working. My own AI was working against me the entire battle. It's really what it felt like. My commanders are just like, yeah, screw the general. We're going to do our own thing. Then again, I do that to the AI during my DLC playthrough, so I get my own medicine. All right, we took down 4,300 of their 8,000 infantry, 2,600 or 4,300 cavalry. Got all 25 of their guns. Total loss of 7,000 of the 13,000 men they had on field. So that's more than 50% of their force. We lost 2,079 of our 47,830 infantry, none of our cavalry, 4 of our 126 guns. Total loss of 2,140 of our 50,958 men. Battle save. Wrong button. Now let's take a look at paperwork now. Some of the viewer units did fight, so we'll go through the combat reports first. Not sure if there's any in Hood's Corps. Nope, they are all in Hardy's Corps. Was as a separate cavalry brigade. He captured 393 infantry, Bates Division. No viewer units. Walker's Division. Nope. Chatham's Division. The King's Own Yorkshire Light Infantry, aka the Coyley, did 51 to infantry, 107 to cavalry, 12 to artillery for a total of 170. The 8th Alabama did 35 to infantry, 145 to cavalry, 28 to artillery for a total of 212. Sherwood Foresters did 196 to infantry, 121 to cavalry, 13 artillery for a total of 334. And Hoxton's Battery did 25 to infantry, 36 to cav, 34 to artillery for a total of 95. Division total of 811. So right now it looks like the Sherwood Foresters are getting my seal for this battle. Alright. Claiborne's division did not fight. Smith's division did not fight. So yeah, it was just one division. That was Chatham's division. So did not show me Smith. Okay. I feel like we missed a division. Nope, the other, besides this division here, the other division of your units is in the Army of Mississippi. That's correct. So yeah, Sherwood Foresters get the grumpy seal of approval for this battle. Let's take a look at commanders. So we lost 1 dead, 1 wounded. Commander of the Orphan Brigade was wounded, and a battery commander was killed, both in Hardy's Corps. And both from the same division, both from Bates Division. So Brigadier General Lewis is wounded and Captain Withers is killed in action. So we got any of the federal officers. Wounded Major General Elliott, the commander of the Cavalry Corps. Wounded Brigadier General McCook. Wounded Colonel Eli. Holy crap. We killed Kilpatrick. Say that 3 times fast. We killed Kilpatrick, kill cavalry. Yeah, try and say that as fast as you can. We killed Brigadier General Graham, captured Colonel Gibson. Wow, we've done a lot of damage. Wounded Major General French. Didn't give me Kilpatrick. And wounded Captain Beebe. Ooh, we did a lot of damage to their officer corps on this battle. Nice. I'll get closed out of here, and I will see you all at the newspaper screen. Glorious victory at the Battle of Sulphur Trestle. So the garrison should be retreating in panic along with the cavalry corps. The enemy has reportedly suffered total casualties of 7,182 men. There were 658 killed and 100... That doesn't make sense. It says 102 captured. We captured several thousand. Our casualties totaled 2,140 men with 370 killed, 358 missing, and the rest wounded. We've captured 5,000 rifles, 13 guns from the field. It says we sent 95 soldiers off to our prison camp, but it says over here we caught 2,800 Federals. So there's a little disconnect there. Let's take a look at our prison numbers. Still showing the same numbers, it looks like. Hopefully that clears up and we won't see that in a future battle. Yeah, we're done with this advance for now until this siege is over. Though we won that battle, this is one thing I don't like is you assault a force that's part of the siege, you win the battle, but you don't take the fort. It is really, really annoying. We're not even sieging it anymore. That is annoying as hell, but hey, look, we got the storage depot here, so perfect. Let's fill that up with supplies and start feeding our men. How's our siege in Georgia going? Alright. Now that's done. I'm going to start ordering my forces at Mobile. Come finish off the 16th Corps detachment. Oh, he shouldn't have been using the rail, damn it. Hope he's not out of range of the infantry support. Oh, and they're retreating away from us. That's even better. Perfect. That's even better. Alright, change of plans, District of Gulf. We are coming over to Pensacola. Begin the siege of this fortification over here. Force can keep chasing that force. They're probably going to retreat out here to Fort Massachusetts, though, out in the Gulf. I was really hoping they'd fight us. I don't have any other combats planned for right now besides chasing beaten units around the map, so I'll be back. Alright, that is it. The war just ended, and I'm not even sure how. Did we just retake Shreveport and end it? I don't know. Because I had my forces all over the place. I was actually going to come in with a map update and one more day in game as we're in Shreveport. We've retaken Corinth, besieging Memphis, besieging Fort Clinch, besieging Fort Pensacola. Besieging Nashville. I don't know what we did, but their morale just tanked out, and then we just won the game. The war is over. Union sues for peace. Confederate armies triumphant. Independence. The campaign is over. The American Civil War has ended, with the Union Army surrendering to the victorious Confederate armies. Confederate field commanders report Union soldiers laying down their weapons. This victory confirms the Confederate States of America as an independent nation among nations, free to choose its own destiny. The President of the Confederate States has called for a grand review of the armies at the Confederate capital. This grand display of the South's victorious forces on parade will fill the city full of amazed citizens to cheer the troops and the hard-fought victory they achieved. The President of the United States of America is humiliated, his support is wavering, and the disgruntled population of the North demands that he stand down. The Grand Herald congratulates the victorious troops of the Confederacy. With the war over, it's time to think about the future. What will become of the Americans of the two nations? I'm still trying to figure out what we just did. We didn't fight a battle. We had to have captured a city that just took their morale over the point. Yeah, another city falls. Okay, so we completed a capture 3 Union cities objective. That's what happened. That's exactly what just happened. Yep, captured another city. I don't know which one, but Oh, Pittsburgh. Taking Pittsburgh ended the game. That is what did it. That is exactly what did it. Taking Pittsburgh. Oof. And we ended this with just shy of 2 months of the campaign season. So, first few episodes, and this is once again a very short campaign. This is only episode 16. And some of them have been long, but usually an hour and a half. But we didn't even go a full 2 months in the game. So some very early on struggling to survive to just whooping the crap out of the Federals because they just couldn't defeat us. We should have a video coming up here. Where are you? There we go.
We are fighting for independence, and that, or extermination, we will have. Jefferson Davis, President of the Confederate States of America. Epilogue. Apostles of Disunion. All the Confederacy asked was to be let alone. Instead, the states with which they were lately confederated attempted a subjugation by arms. But the sword in Southern hand was grasped tightly, and it was against this sword the Union, under its stubborn leader Lincoln, threw itself. Relying on the divine power that they believed covered with its protection the cause they held just, the Southern soldiers struggled for their freedom, independence, and self-government. And in this struggle, the Confederacy achieved the unbelievable. On the brink of an abyss into which they did not wish to look, against all odds, as all the might of the Union crashed against them, the ranks of Southern soldiers held firm. But it would be only after the bloody and heroic struggle for freedom, the Confederacy's true demeanor would be revealed. The nation was born from rebellion and extreme states' rights principles, and even during a war of survival against a common foe, plagued by internal feuds and petty rivalries, the apostles of disunion would find no comfort within another union of states, centrally governed. The idea of men depriving other men of their freedom would not succeed in the changing world. The question of slavery, the so-called divine institution the Confederacy was based on to protect, in its moral impossibility, would sooner rather than later threaten to implode the quarrelsome nation. And when that time comes, the Confederacy will be surrounded only by enemies, like hungry wolves, looking for any sign of weakness to exploit.
All right, I always do love those videos. All right, we got our final stats here. National morale for the Federals was 21 to our 75. Once again, they were at 32 prior to us taking Pittsburgh. So taking Pittsburgh dropped them from 32 to 21, which brought them below the 25-point mark. National support was still pretty high for them. They were at 66 to our 54. They actually had higher national support than us. My other armies had actually climbed back up to 62 as I had chased a good chunk of them out of the south. So that was no longer drawing down their morale. Men fielded at the end, they had 264,056 in the field to our 198,503. So they actually put some more men in the field than we did. I thought we had them a little bit lower than that, but I guess they regained some of their numbers. Navy tonnage wise, they're always going to have a few 100,000 tons against us, so we're never going to match that number unless you go straight up naval, straight from the start of the game. Battles won, 127 for the Federals, 118 for us. Total casualties, 272,955 for the Federals, 200,673 for me. So fairly, almost even on with the numbers. I mean, because you're talking hundreds of thousands here. So it's that 72,000 number difference is not that big of a drop in the bucket. Both of us had 0 European relations. Wow. All right, so I hope everybody enjoyed the game. The campaign is one of the more fun ones that I did, actually, from the first episode, wondering how the fuck am I going to pull this off, to the last 2 episodes, where it's just the grandstanding against the Federals and just knocking them out of the field one at a time, except for that one battle yesterday where almost lost a battle because of a cavalry brigade glitch. So for all the glitches, I'd actually have to say the glitches that we did see during this campaign only came up after some updates that were put out that were never announced. Like yesterday, I didn't know there was an update until I went in game and saw all my settings were changed. So, because I didn't check before I started the game. So probably a good idea before you ever play this game is to go into your library real fast and see if there's a download for the game. If there was, verify your files. Just make sure everything works before you get into the game. I think it's a lesson I'd know well, but they just did it last week. I wasn't expecting another one so soon. And once again, they didn't put out any patch notes for it, so I have no idea what they changed in the game. All right, so we'll discuss the upcoming campaign here real quickly. So I will be starting, we just did 2 Rebel campaigns in a row of set piece, so the next one will be a Federal 61 start that I'm setting some ground rules for that should make it a little more interesting. As in, Texas strategy only. So the rules I'm setting in place for myself is I have to win the war through Texas, which means I have to invade Texas, hold Texas, and then conquer the rest of the Western territories. And I will not allow myself across the Mississippi until 1863. Seems like a long time, but sometimes in a game you can go months. In these set piece games, you can, especially early war, you can go months without a fight. So I have to invade Texas, hold Texas. I am not allowed to leave the Texas borders until 1862, and I'm not allowed to cross the Mississippi until 1863. So it should make for a longer federal campaign than normal. And it's really going to be a driving factor on how I conduct the campaign up until 63. Once 63 starts, I can do whatever the hell I want. But up until 63, I'm not allowed east of the Mississippi. So it should be interesting. And speaking of which, I will be doing a recruitment as usual. And I'll be putting a community post up about that. It actually will already be up by the time you see this video. It will have gone up last night. Nope, it'll go up about an hour or 2 after this video post. So yeah. So an hour or 2 after this video goes up, that post will go out. That'll be the recruitment post. Put all your unit requests into there, not into the comments of this video, please. And once again, I hope you all enjoyed the series, and I will see you all tonight at the next live stream at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual. And we'll take our little half cavalry, half infantry division and continue causing some havoc behind Union lines. Hope to see you all there. Stay grumpy.